All right, protect yourself on all times. We are on it. Here we go. Ron Futrell with the latest on the Vegas Sportscast for this Sunday. Okay, Rebel basketball going to be first off the bat. We're going to talk some hockey and Las Vegas Marathon and some Rebel football. So, a lot going on this Sunday. Oh, NFL. A lot of NFL games today. Chat about that a little bit too. But first things first, here we go. Rebel basketball last night. Pretty good performance. 42-point blowout win over Florida A&M, the Rattlers. Okay, Rebels won big, 108, whatever that would be, 40-46. It's a 42-point win. And so the Rebels get the big win. Or actually, it was 108-64. Was that the final score? Anyway, 42. 42 was the number that I know. And the Rebels cut the win. Brandon McCoy, great performance. 25 points, 18 rebounds on this one. Just played, he's a 7-footer out of Chicago. He's the top recruit. He's the guy they're counting on to be able to do some big things this year, and he performed. Again, against not a very good team, okay, but still, that's what you want to be able to do, take care of business. They held the Rattlers to 33% shooting from the field, so pretty good defense. And that's a key right there, a defensive effort as well. The Rebels got that. They are now 1-0 on the season. That was their opener. Fans were pretty happy. It might have been 9,000 fans there at the game, but they were pretty pleased. Went to the game, saw it. Just a good overall performance. Hey, I got to say this. I like the jerseys. I like the new jerseys. Running Rebels on the fronts, the white jerseys, the home jerseys look real good, look sharp. I did enjoy those last night. Sort of a throwback, but with a new twist. That's what they had. Prairie View on Wednesday. The Rebels play another one that they should be heavily favored in. 20, 30-point favorites, something like that. They take on Prairie View on Wednesday. Not a lot of great games on the schedule this year. Arizona, they've got that. They got a potential matchup with Utah in a tournament, holiday tournament down on the Strip. So there's your Rebel Hoops, and I think the town would like to see Rebel Hoops get back to its winning ways. Hey, that would be sort of good. Get to the NCAA tournament, go deep. Do they have that potential? Sure they do. Yeah, they were 11-21 last year. They're probably their worst season ever. 36-point loss at home to Reno, just a hideous game. Finished last place in a bad Mountain West Conference. All that being said, it can be quickly erased with a good season this year, and that's what the Rebels are hoping for. Rebel football. Okay, we know what they got to do this week. They travel to New Mexico. They got to win their final 2 games at New Mexico and at Reno to be able to go to a bowl game. Simple as that. They got a 4-6 record now. Losing to BYU on Saturday night was not good for them. 31-21, that final score. So they now have to win. And they were favored by 4. The Rebels were. So, simple as that. That's what they got to do for Tony Sanchez to get to a bowl game in his 3rd year. Vegas Golden Knights hockey. Kicking back, taking it easy before they head up to Edmonton to take on Connor McDavid. That's on Tuesday in Rogers Place, the arena up there, where they play the Edmonton Oilers. Tuesday game. And let's see, the Vegas Golden Knights, Max Legacy has done the job in the nets. Okay, he's won 2 games now for the Golden Knights in the nets. And when they've lost, it hasn't really been his fault. It's been a lack of scoring. So he's done a good job in the nets so far for this team. And now they find themselves in the interesting position. Once all their goalies get healthy, what are they going to do? But first of all, you got to get them healthy. And again, no change in the status other than we know that Marc-Andre Fleury did some skating the other day on Wednesday of last week. So he was out there on the ice doing some skating, not workouts with the team, but just skating, just starting to feel it again. Concussion was his issue. It's now been 3 weeks into this one. Malcolm Subban's not going to be back for a while. Looked like, in his case, a groin pull. They just called it a lower body injury. And Oscar Dansk, he looked like he sprained an ankle. Again, they don't say a whole lot. They just say lower body injuries. But looked like he sprained an ankle and has him out. So no word on when he's coming back. So the guy who would have started the season as a 4th-string goalie is now the number 1 goalie. All that being said, with all those problems, the Golden Knights are 10-5-1 as an expansion team. So imagine that. Again, Edmonton on Thursday. They play there. A couple of quick road games, and they're back home. Got the matchup to watch for is a week from today against the Kings, a 5 o'clock start here at T-Mobile Arena. That one's going to be fun to watch, to check out, see what happens there. Looking forward to that. The Kings are in first place in the Western Division, Western Conference. So we'll see. We'll see what they can do against the best team in the West, really, and the team they're going to have to battle. It looks like if they can get to the Stanley Cup playoffs and where they go from here. Okay, Rock and Roll Marathon is today. Hitting the Strip. Runners all over the Strip downtown and downtown. So they're going at it today. And beautiful weather, little overcast. So it's perfect weather. No wind in Vegas today and overcast. And they're running the Strip today. So that's a big event going on here in Las Vegas. So with that happening, let's see. I want to mention something real quick here. Happy for the 51s in the stadium. They got everything approved with the stadium to be built here. They're going to be doing a groundbreaking, probably the first of the year, maybe even before the end of the year, where they're going to be playing up in Summerlin instead of downtown at Cashman Field. Boy, that's going to be fun for them to have that stadium right next to where the Golden Knights work out, where their practice facility is. And with that being said, the Raiders are going to have the groundbreaking for their stadium, the Las Vegas Stadium, Raider Stadium. That's going to be Monday afternoon. That's a big event. I might do a live podcast from there. Might grab the mic, go out there, do a live podcast from that event on Monday. Certainly we'll chat about it in more depth on Monday morning. A tough ticket to get here in town. A lot of people want to go. We'll see. The invites, former Raiders are going to be there, maybe some current Raiders, but at least the current management will be there. Maybe some other NFL owners will be there. So that'll be interesting to see what happens at the groundbreaking. Now, the groundbreaking doesn't mean they got everything worked out. There's still some serious issues. I'll talk about that more tomorrow. But there's still some serious issues, including the tax issues with the bonds, the $750 million, which is the largest by far ever that they've had to raise for tax revenue to build a stadium. And that's what they've committed to this. And it's going to be, the new tax plan being instituted by the Republicans in Congress and by Donald Trump says you got to pay taxes on any of those bonds issued. That would add probably estimates are another $100 million to the stadium. And they got to find that from somewhere. And you can't find it from tax revenue. You got to find that from somewhere else. Somebody's got to raise that money. So if the bill passes the way that it currently is structured, that would be one of their issues. Parking is an issue, as we know. We don't have even word that the Raiders have put up their $500 million. Bank of America put up their $500 million. A lot of the permits haven't been issued yet for that land to be able to start the building, and they need to start right away. So just because they're doing the official groundbreaking doesn't mean things are going to start rolling. It should, but in this case, they still have a lot of work to do behind the scenes to be able to make this happen, for it to become a reality. There have been plenty of groundbreakings take place here in this town of stadiums, buildings, hotels, casinos, apartments, things like that have never been completed. I don't want to sound a cynic, but there's still a lot of work to do to get that thing done. Okay, with that, let's see. Today, Raiders have the day off. They play in Mexico City next week against the New England Patriots. Raiders have not picked off a pass this year. They've set an NFL record with 0 interceptions through 9 games. That's not a record you want to set. Rams are at home today against Houston. So, it's your NFL matchups and some of the things going on there. We'll talk more about that, do a recap, maybe even later today or certainly tomorrow, recap of the NFL as it continues on. Okay, that's it. Ron Futrell, that's the way I see it. Everybody have a good Sunday. Bye for now.